Get ready with me as I talk about how I became delusional and overcame being homeless in New York City. So last year, I ended up getting laid off from a company that I worked for, and I lived with my 2 kids in Marine Park, Brooklyn, and ended up having to move back home for a little bit. And my family environment was not the best, and I honestly feel that I was lured into a situation where I would be completely abandoned, and I was told that I had 3 days to leave the family house with no job and no job offer in sight. Now, of course, it was a very devastating part of my life, but something in me told me to not focus so much on the toxicity, and the trauma that I was living through, but to focus on the next steps and be delusional as possible. And that is what I did. I decided to be delusional AF, and if I were to focus on what was happening, the stress of it would probably quite literally, unalive me. So I decided to operate with the highest delusion possible and tell myself that everything was going to work out. I was going to find a new job, which I did literally days before I was forced out the house. My equipment came the day before, and I had to pack it all up and just figure out everything. And I think this is what a lot of people get wrong about being delusional, is that even on your worst days, you still have to operate with the highest confidence that everything is quite literally working out for your good and that the universe has your back. And now, several months later, I have an amazing work from home job that is literally so chill. They trust me to do my job. There's no micromanagement. It's a high salary, unlimited commission, and it literally feels like a dream come true. And I'm looking for my next apartment here in New York that's going to be a luxury apartment. So if you're going through a difficult time, it's the best time to practice being delusional, creating your alter persona, visualizing how you want your life to look like within a few months. That's literally what I did to overcome being homeless here in New York City and just elevate or continuously elevate to my highest timeline.
I made a TikTok about how I just live life being delusional, and a lot of you guys were like, how, sis, tell us how. Well, you know what? Today I'm going to give you guys a tutorial on how to be delusional. It's really about believing in the things that you want to believe. Okay? I was delusional enough to believe that I was going to be successful in making videos about myself. Now look, I work for myself and I make 6 figures doing it. It's also about mind over matter, right? If you don't want to be bothered by something, then don't be. Key to happiness is really up to you. It's all in your hands. If you don't want to be sad about something, if you don't want to be mad about something, you don't have to be. For that dream relationship that you want, if there's a certain thing that you believe that you want to have in a relationship, just believe it. Keep believing it. You're gonna attract people and things in your life that you are delusional enough to believe it. Even for confidence, you might have thought that you're a 2 out of 10. You know what? You're gonna be delusional, believe that you're a 10 out of 10. And you're gonna start acting like it. Just be delusional, guys.
This is how delusion helps me in my daily life. So I work in film, and in film, you basically go to different sets. So most of the time, I don't know anyone on set. I literally tell myself that I am the best PA they've ever seen. I'm the hardest working. They're gonna love me. I will hype myself up in the morning. And another thing is I will dress the part, babes. I'm going to show up and I'm going to show out. And I am so delusional. I'm literally everyone's gonna love me. Why would they not love me, And I'm gonna tell you a secret. When you start telling yourself that, you eventually start believing it. And I'm not just saying sitting down and being yeah, they're gonna love me. No, you have to take those steps. Oh, why are they going to love you? They're going to love you because you are punctual. They're going to love you because you are respectful. And if these are things that, you want people to see in you, you need to start taking those steps. Delusion is not just saying something. It's actually taking active steps towards it. and eventually it'll happen.
You talk a lot on your social media about being delusional and how being delusional is what helped you reach your goals.
Yes.
How do you do that?
Like, we say it's delusion, but like, we could honestly have anything that we wanted. Like, that's not delusion at all. That's just believing in yourself.
Yeah.
And I feel like the possibilities are endless, like when you actually want something. Because I feel like a lot of times when we want something, we'll say we want it, but we won't be consistent with it. We won't actually work towards it. We won't do any of that stuff. And I had to like really break out of that cycle, because you can blame the world like all you want, but at a certain point you got to take responsibility for some of the things you do too. We're always waiting for the perfect time to start something, when in reality there is no perfect time. Like, you're always going to be going through things in your life. There's always an endless cycle of things happening to you, but at a certain point you gotta, start making stuff for yourself, whether it's goals or, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
People always ask me, Caitlin, how do you just get everything you want? How do you change your life so quickly? And the answer, I am fucking delusional. I remember a video trending that everyone was stitching about how girls talking about being delusional, but that's literally the secret to life. For whatever reason, I genuinely believe in my soul that I can do anything and have whatever I want. Like, if I wanted to go to the moon, sure, sign me up for classes. I'm a boxer? Got it. Practice. 1 million followers on TikTok? Duh, just gotta post. A multi-million-dollar company? Sure, why not? I know that I am capable of anything through aligned action and subconscious shifting. And anytime someone tries to tell me, that's too crazy or that's not possible, I'm just like, okay, maybe for you, that's a limiting belief for yourself that you're now trying to put on me. There is nothing in this world that you can't have. Once you fall delusionally forward into that, you will begin to see those benefits.
Be delusional. Fuck when everybody talk about this.
So if you've known me before TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, y'all know that since the age of 11, I was taught manifestations, The Secret, Abraham Hicks, all of that. I'm 28 now. I love this video, and this stitch keeps circulating, even with celebrities, about being delusional. Lil Nas X said it on a freaking award show, etc. But I don't hear anybody really telling you the how, and I just want to share how I was delusional at my younger ages and why I am where I am today. I like to meditate and get a little lifted at the same time, and those are my spaces and places to be delusional. I envision all of that delusion of the reality that I'm trying to quantum leap to in those moments of envisioning during meditation. Do that day in, day out, like it's your job, and you gonna manifest.
For the people always telling you, be delusional, that shit actually works. Do that. In the past 2 years, I have more than 7x my income from being delusional. The car that I drive, the place that I live, the money that I make literally started from me being delusional as hell. It truly came from faking it till you make it, claiming it before it's yours, pretending like it's already yours before you even have it. That's the root of what I think my success is. Now, I'm not discrediting my hard work, because that's definitely a part of it, but I'm telling you guys, the mental shift is so important. You have to think it before you see it. That's it.
If you don't start believing that being delusional helps you get everything that you want, you're missing out. Listen, I get why people are skeptical about this. It sounds crazy, but what you don't realize is that we're so conditioned to believing that we can't have what we want. We're constantly taught lessons growing up about being realistic. And while the intentions with that are good, a lot of times it ends up hindering you from getting what you want. This is because it causes you to have limiting beliefs about what you're able to achieve. Let's say you want your dream job, but you feel like you don't have enough experience to get it. You're already telling yourself that you're not going to be able to get what you want, so you're not going to get it. But if you're delusional and you allow yourself to be open to the belief that you could get it, then it will come in for you. I've been doing this for years, and it's worked for me every single time. One example is when I got laid off in the pandemic. I was devastated about it, but then I decided to trust that the universe did this for a reason, and that there was going to be something better coming along for me. I didn't settle, and I only applied to the companies that I actually wanted to work at, even though I needed a job. And by being delusional like this, I was able to double my salary. Another example is actually in regards to this TikTok account. I decided to be delusional and start a TikTok account for spiritual content, not knowing too much about it yet, and I just knew that I was interested in it and I wanted to do this. So I started posting. I acted like a content creator, and I really believed that I was when I was posting those videos. And after my first week of having my account, I had my first video go viral. It hit 1 million views in that first week, and now it's at like 2 million. Anyways, try it out and let me know if it works for you. If it doesn't, you have nothing to lose.
Mark 11:24 means to be delusional. That's how I've kind of interpreted it, and it's helped me. Mark 11:24 says that, therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. That sounds like being delusional to me. And I say that so that it's easier to comprehend to someone that may be struggling on understanding the Bible. I know that I made a video prior to that said be delusional and do it scared. And when I was reading that verse, I connected it that way, and it helped my brain remember what the verse was and what it was talking about. It can be fun learning the Bible and learning how different applications in the Bible apply to your everyday life. It actually will make life a lot easier when you understand why things are happening. It goes down to truly just believing that whatever you ask for in prayer, that it's yours, but having the patience and putting it to know that it's going to come at the appointed time that it's supposed to.
People talk about being delusional like it's a bad thing, but here's why I think that it's actually the best thing you can do for yourself. The world is kind of fucked up. So if you're always staying in this realist mindset that everything is the way that it seems, then you're just going to get depressed because of the wars that are going on, because of the poverty levels, because of all of these things that are out of your control. So instead, you need to take back the power and shift the things that you can control. You can shift your mindset. It's the only thing that you really have power over. And instead of constantly repeating negative affirmations, negative things that are happening, you trick your subconscious into thinking of positive affirmations, repeating them, doing EFT tapping, like really getting connected with positivity. And I've got to say, positivity is delusional, but you can use it to your advantage. And it's a fun trick because the more positive that you are, the more positive things will happen into your life. It's a reoccurring cycle. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy of sorts.